Okay.
All right.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us. We are sorry we are actually 5 minutes late because we're having network issue. I don't know what's happening to StreamYard. It's not actually allowing us to enter. Okay, without wasting much time, we'll be discussing on your Q1 data. Like, keep saying Q1 data, your marketing data for. Okay, so your marketing data for your first quarter. Now, one thing you understand in marketing is that marketing is all about data. Marketing is all about data. Anything you want to do, you want to check what's the data saying. What are my people saying? Because all your customers are actually saying something regarding everything they do in your business, down to your website, your social media. Even if they do not leave a comment, they leave something that you need to know, which I don't know, but we have an expert here. Dr. Ifeanyi is here to clear that, to spill that beans for us so that we can better optimize and learn how to fix this. So that we can hear the silent thing every of our customer is saying before we move down to creating a strategy, either for the next month or for the next week or for the next quarter. This is one of the best class you ever attend. So if you are here now, you can share it to anybody. Just copy the link, share to everybody to join because this is one of the best you can ever attend. Like I said, one of the best because marketing now is based on data. Life is even data. Well, everything you do in life is about numbers. The money you spend is numbers. Before you sleep, you check the time, which is numbers. So everything is numbers. So if you're actually not doing this, I don't know what you have been doing since. So without wasting much of our time, we'll be introducing one of my boss. I love him so much. And one of the time, I think we'll invite him again to come and speak about time management for entrepreneur. I give him respect so much on that. How he maneuver from just an houseboy to become a graduate down to an MBA now to a PhD holder. I still want to hear that story beyond the right and everything I've been reading. I think I would love to hear the story first. And so let me introduce the speaker. Before I go down, let me tell you who I am. My name is Agbe Samson, and I am the co-founder of Passive Marketing Firm. I specialize in goods marketing mainly, so that's why you're seeing my face now. Because I really want to understand the data that I need to actually grow the business we are building. Okay, Mr. Ifeanyi Academy is an outsuit salesman. He's a salesman, a data analyst, a prolific writer. I can attest to that. And a results-driven researcher who is focused on rethinking business process and disrupting the status quo and causing strategic change within a short time frame. So this guy have been working with data to change things. So he don't actually normally work with long period. He's focused on the short time. Okay, what's the data saying now, and what can I implement to make it better? That's the kind of person I know him is. So he hold a doctorate degree in marketing and communication from Italy Prestige Selenius University in England and in US. He owns an MBA from Nextford University and is one of the brand ambassador of Nextford University. I give him a round of applause for that. He's a BTech environmental engineer from the Federal University of Technology Owerri here in Nigeria. With over a decade of industry experience in vast areas banking, telecommunication, energy, retail, and information technology, and an academic background that spans engineering, business management, and marketing. Dr. Ifeanyi, a proud one, Dr. Ifeanyi is one of the best hands to lead your business, which I can attest to that, enterprise projects or products to timeline. So yes, if you see him, he's actually seeing himself as transforming the life for young people. Like he tells you, his name is Ifine Inspires. So he inspires a lot of young people to actually go beyond the core. So the African continent, through the concept of Africapitalism and mindful investment in young people. His area of expertise is strategic management, data analysis, research and development, change management, people management, and sales operation. So, without missing much of our time, we'll be giving the stage now to Dr. Ifine. I'll be so glad to welcome you, and it's an opportunity and an honor for me to welcome you to this event. Thank you for joining us, sir. The floor is open for you.
Thank you so much, Samson. I was actually trying to look behind to see who who it was you were introducing. Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here. So I welcome everybody on this dial. I don't know where people are joining us from, so you can actually chat us. Let's meet you. Let's know where you are joining from. Let's know that you are actually seeing us. Right? It's a pleasure to be doing this with Passe. I was calling it Pass, and are thinking. Sorry, sorry about that. So I'm delighted that people are taking marketing very seriously. I was discussing with my team members the last week, right, and I said that marketing, our billions is actually in marketing, right? You can't do anything outside marketing. If you look at the big guys who are making a whole lot of money, a whole lot of impact, you can see them not joking with marketing. Um, Elon Musk just acquired Twitter. Believe me, that was a marketing stunt for him. He wasn't doing it because he wanted more money. He was doing it because he wanted more visibility and more command, more command of authority and influence in digital world today. One of my mentors, Donald Trump, just won, a $3 billion case, right, on this same digital war, right? Something, can you mute? Right, so on this digital fight, he had a social media case fight, and that case earned him 3 point something billion dollars. Right, imagine that number. Right, a lot of guys are doing a lot of marketing themselves. A lot of network at it again. So a lot of guys are making a whole lot of impact, right? Marketing themselves. Rihanna went on, a live show, right, at a pre-wedding event, and she was paid $9 million, right? So I'm just trying to share stats around what people are doing, um, with just building building their brand, right? Marketing, and this is essentially what you can do for yourself, for your company, and for your brand. If you are not thinking about marketing, right, then you are not doing it rightly, because marketing is the hub of the game, right? Marketing is the is the hub of the game. You cannot do without marketing, right? Marketing yourself. You cannot do without sharing yourself out there, right? So I'm going to share my screen right away to show us part of some of the things that are very essential and key, trying to leverage your numbers, right? We're talking about your Q1 numbers, what you can do differently, and how you can leverage um, your the number that you are getting, to become very outstanding and make a whole lot of impact and results, right? So it's really important that we take make leverage of what marketing is currently, and it is amazing. It is amazing what you can do and what you can achieve about marketing. So right on there about social media, about 3.4 million emails are sent per second, right? 3.4 million emails are sent per second. About 7,000 tweets happen every second. 7,000 tweets happening every second. About 7,000 YouTube videos are uploaded per second, right? About 5,000 Snapchat posts made per second, about 5,000 SMSs per second. I'm talking about per second. So you can imagine what happens in terms of trying to understand what your data is saying, understand what your audience needs, understand what is happening around you, trying to um, be in the know, right? Trying to hold it all together. And that brings me to the fact that fast-paced selling is more dependent in it's more data dependent in a digitalized world, right? It's more data dependent in a digitalized world. So it is very, very important that we begin to, understand that there is more to data in marketing, more to data in marketing. There is more to marketing in data. You must understand what your data is saying for time to be able to leverage that, to be able to leverage opportunities that you can tap into while marketing your product, your brand, your personal brand, your product, your company, your business, right, is really very important. And I know that past marketing, per se marketing is here to really support us in terms of gathering insights or gathering leads, generating leads, building a very robust funnel, studying your market, doing market segmentation. We're not going to do all of that today, because I know that they have their support system that can help you, your business, your personal brand, to achieve all of these things. Marketing today is more value driven than ever before. So you cannot do marketing today if you are not putting out value. If you're not giving out value, you cannot market yourself effectively. Nobody cares about your product. Nobody cares about what you do, what you sell, what you have designed. They want to tap into the value you are giving. And once you start giving that value, it means that you are now tailoring your marketing to meet the pain points of people, right? People want to see you solve problems. People want to see that you are solution oriented. People want to see that your product is essentially solving a problem. You are not just running after what they have, right? Remember the stats I just mentioned. If I'm sending out 1,000 emails per minute, per second, it is only those emails that connect to me personally, maybe my work emails, or maybe somebody bought something from one of my brands that I'm promoting. So those things that are adding value to me are things that I look out for. Or maybe a company is writing me because they want me to work with them. Or maybe a very close friend wants me to pay attention. So there is a lot of things calling for attention, and people only give attention to what gives value to them. So in your data, when you look at your marketing strategy and what you are doing, how many of the emails you are sending out are actually value driven or value oriented? How many of your posts, your content, the information you are pushing out about your brand are actually value oriented? So it is time that a lot of things are buzzing around people, a lot of information, a lot of need, a lot of attention trapping, attention magnetic materials flying around. So it is time to really see how you can tailor your marketing to meet the pain points of your audience. And that takes me to the next slide. It is always important you consider quality over quantity. I say that again. It is very important that you consider quality over quantity. It's not about how many emails that you have, how many marketing emails you have sent, or how many content you have written. It is about how many quality content. Remember what I said earlier, it has to be value driven you have written. So in the last quarter, how many quality content, converting content, lead magnetic content have you done? How many marketing analyses have you done that you can say, okay, these are targeted towards my focus niche or focus audience, towards my focus market, right? So it is important you know that, and you know that it is not in the number of the materials you are pushing out, maybe the brand messages you've written, or the people you are reaching out to, or how you are promoting your brand. No, it's about quality. And that's why people go viral, because you have done something that is that is unmatched, something that cannot be, that cannot you cannot argue with. You have not seen this kind of thing anywhere, right? You can't it's incomparable. You can't compete with it, right? And it is the world where we live in. You have to be outstanding. So if you are going to sell your product, you have to find a unique approach to really sell this product, right? And be good at it. You have to be good at marketing, right? And that is where your billions lies. Marketing is the new oil. Forget about sales. If you get your marketing right, you might not need salespeople. I'm a living witness. Been writing content on LinkedIn since the past 3 years, and I can tell you for a fact, my content that had gone viral, my content that has gotten a lot of traction, I know what they have done for me. Massive impact, right? Massive earnings, right? Because somebody sat down to say, I want to write differently. I want to attract my audience differently. I want to do it differently at this moment. And that takes me to skit making. Do you know that skit making has displaced, totally disrupted stand-up comedy? How many people want to pay for you to come and pay for, you have an event, you have a standing comedy event, and people want to rush in? No, because comedy is everywhere. These guys have democratized comedy, and they are earning from it. Maybe before now, people felt giving out comedy for free wouldn't make them income. But these guys make skits, put it on social media, put it on Instagram, on Twitter, put it on Facebook, and people are rushing in. And these guys are cashing out billions of naira from companies, right? Who would have thought that in the last 3 years, who would have thought that skit making will be this big? It's because people are sitting down, looking at how to market themselves differently. And this is what every marketer, everybody who owns a business should start looking at. So in the last quarter, how is your marketing? How is it tailored towards trying to be different, trying to set the pace, trying to put up a different trajectory that is not what is obtainable currently in the market. Trust me, once you design a flyer and push it out, the next minute you are sharing that flyer, people are tired of seeing it. Once you do a video or something and put it out, you need to become innovative, right? About around your content, your marketing, how you are putting yourself out there. And that is what these guys are doing. You can see that you can see Brother Shaggy on the screen. That is what these guys are doing. Essentially doing it in a different way and earning massive results while at it. So, how do you fix your value proposition? Remember that your marketing has to be centered around value proposition, right? It has to be centered around value proposition. Um, Sorry, Samson, confirm you can hear me. I can't see um I can't see you because I'm sharing my screen.
Hear you. We can hear you very well.
Okay, fantastic. Fantastic. So before you start your marketing, which is what part, and we can't cover it. Marketing is what I did in the last 3 years in my PhD. Trust me, we can't cover it in 30 minutes. We can't cover it in a whole week. We can't cover it in a whole month. Right. So, and that is why we have passe marketing here with us. So you can reach out to them after now and understand how to fix your value proposition, how to have a brand message, how to, do your branding well, right? Because branding is marketing. If your brand is not well tuned to your niche market or to your audience, you will not be able to get the kind of results you need, right? So your branding you have to get it right. Once you get your branding right, then you can start saying, okay, I want to now begin to push out materials, marketing materials that would address what my value proposition is about, right? For instance, you hear about If I Inspires on LinkedIn. It's becoming a brand, a household name. It's becoming a brand. So I must sit down to say, If I Inspires has to make sure that the brand represents what it is saying, right? I have to make sure I inspire. My content inspire. Everything I do inspire. It has to be consistent, right? So while you are trying to fix your value proposition, the first thing that comes to mind is, does your value, your product, what you are pushing out, Does it market emotionality? Will people feel emotion? Will there be these emotions? Wow, this guy is amazing at what he does, right? Some skit marketers, skit makers are coming up with a different style, with a different, tone to their message. If you can remember the AI lady sort of, that lady has disrupted the skit making market, right? Because people buy first on the place of emotion, and your marketing can sell for you without when you are not there. That is why it's the hub. That is why it can make you billion. So I'm sleeping and my marketing is ongoing, right? Because and people are buying into the product, are paying me and I'm cashing out, right? Because my content is driving emotions. People feel emotions. People feel the emotions, have feelings around what you are posting. And if you are in Nigeria and you are selling to Nigerians or you are selling to Africa, people want to pity you. So a lot of content creators, right? A lot of people who market themselves have come to realize that we can really scale if we want to create content that would allow people to pity us. So it's an emotion. Nigerians want to flex, right? We want to what's the buzzword now? We want to enjoy. We want to have fun. We want to be excited even while we are suffering. We want to while things are going on behind the scene. The economy is not good. Our politicians are not doing well. But you see people who want to enjoy themselves. And that is why entertainment is selling and will sell till tomorrow, till the next content, till the next century. Entertainment will keep selling, right? Because people want to enjoy themselves. And in this part of the world, that is one of the best things that sells. So, in trying to drive emotions into what you are doing, try entertainment, try humor, try comedy, try to bring in entertainment into what you are doing. It will really help you. So, in the last quarter, you can go over it. How has your content or your marketing material driven emotions? Then vulnerability. I don't know if you remember Beetle. Beetle used this strategy to. The car was ugly. The car didn't have space. Wasn't good enough. But they used this to sell themselves. Imagine driving a car that causes attention. Okay, this car is little, is small. But when you drive into a space, people can really notice what you are driving, that you are driving a Beetle. You are driving that Volkswagen that looks small, that looks like a turtle. So they used this strategy. That thing was ugly, but they sold. In 1 week, when they pulled that advert that made them vulnerable, Beetle across their centers, across their stations, recorded over 100,000 sales. And Beetle became a brand name vehicle, a household help vehicle for houses, for people who want to go on vacation and all of that. So you must be vulnerable. That is why it is important you share behind the scenes stories of what you are building. People want to see beyond behind the praise, behind the effigy, behind all that you are posting, what is happening behind the scenes. How can you share what can you share around your failures, around your early days, around when you started? How was it for you? Then authenticity. People want you to be authentic. Don't sell to me something that is not real. People want to associate with people who are real. So you must be real with your marketing strategy. You must be real in your value proposition. You must be real, right? You must be authentic. People want to relate with individuals, with humans, not robots, right? So you must be real in your marketing approach. You must be very authentic. People should hold you accountable to your words. People should see you as you are, right? That's how you sell mostly. I've shared stories around me being a houseboy for many years. And trust me, it's part of my it's part of my value, it's part of my brand stories. I share a story of how I grew up in poverty. It's part of my brand stories. So people want to relate with you as to who you are, right? That is being authentic. Another thing is consistency. You have to be consistent in your brand message, in your marketing. Right? Don't tell us today that your business is worth over $1,000 or $100,000, and you're coming tomorrow. We are seeing that your business is nowhere to be found. You don't have clients. Don't tell us that you have 100,000 clients, and we come to you and we notice that it's just five. Right? You need to be consistent. You need to build that integrity that people can trust you for your word. Consistency doesn't only mean showing up every day. No, It means that your word remains the same. If you go and check my content the last 3 years, it is still the same message I'm preaching to you today, right? People want to know you for who you are. People want you to be consistent in what you are saying. Can we trust you? Are you consistent, right, in your messaging? So that is very important. Another thing that you can look out for in your marketing is, are you selling urgency? I don't know how many of us know Grant Cardone. That guy is crazy. There is no dulling moment in your marketing strategy. You should also be there. This slide can take us all through, but I need to rush it. So urgency, applicability. People want to you need to tell people that this thing is going off the market immediately. As long as you know that this thing you are putting out is value. So in your email marketing, in your content, you need to tell people that it is not going to stay forever, right? In your pricing, urgency is needed. Then applicability. How usable is your product? What is your user friendliness, right? What is your usability? Right? If there's a word like that, what is your usability? If your product is not adding value, then forget about it. Forget about it. Then relatability. People want to relate with what you are building or what you are doing, right? I should be able to relate that your product is a handbag, and when I wear that handbag, it's like maybe it reminds me of my mother. It reminds me of traveling to the UK or being in Canada. Just that handbag just speaks a whole lot to me. I can relate to it. It's really very important that you make sure that we can relate to your material, your marketing material. Sorry about that. I need to address this. So it's important that we can relate to your marketing material, right? And so when you look at your data in the last quarter, one thing that excites me about marketing and sales is being able to apply the Pareto principle, the 80-20 principle, right? It is very essential. You should be able to segment your data. You should be able to categorize your data in segments and say, okay, these are my high ticket customers. These are my high profile customers. These are my middle level customers. And these are my bottom lowest customers, right? In terms of sales. In terms of marketing, you can say this is my highest driving content or marketing material. This is my lowest marketing material. This is my marketing material in the intermediary, in the middle, right? What that does for you is you know per time what to put out. For instance, you're having low sales. You already know the kind of marketing content to put out there that will drive sales for you. I know that. I know the content I put on LinkedIn and people are rushing, right? I know the kind of tone or message I put across and people rushing and engagement skyrockets, right? It is because I've sat down to look at my content creation strategy and know the kind of story. Remember, we also spoke about value proposition. I know the kind of story my audience likes to enjoy. I know the kind of content they like. So I make sure I put that. So I know the 20% driving content I have, driving materials. Remember, I talked about skit making. Trust me, if you can make a skit, that will be your 20%. And it doesn't take anything. It just takes your creativity, your ability to network and connect with people, and all of that. So it is important that you identify which one drives most engagement for me. Right now, in the world of content marketing, videos are important. Videos are very essential, and that should be your 20%. So if you can sit down and craft a video that it might have very low engagement, right? People might view it less, but it has the highest conversion rate, right? Then also storytelling, very important, fantastic. And if you can now combine storytelling with videos, excellent, right? So when you have those materials, you can class them and say, okay, my storytelling skills here, can I give to a can I delegate it? Can I outsource it? Right? Can I outsource some of these things that will drive value for me? Right? And you can tell for a fact that whatever you are investing in marketing will come back to you in 100 fold. I am a living witness. Whatever you are investing in marketing will come back to you if you do it right, if you are marketing the right product. And that is why people end up doing digital sales and marketing, because it is what it is. You just need to sell the products right and make your money. And if you are using the right channel, the right strategy, you will sell those products and you will make your income, right? So you should be able to analyze your strategy and say, okay, this is my 20%, this is my 80%, right? So if I can get the 20% right, it will drive this remaining 80% here, and see what happens in that. So marketing, selling is a numbers game. It's just about numbers. See what happens there. Okay, this is about one of my most strong mentor, Peter Drucker. If you can't measure it, you can't necessarily manage it. You can't manage it. So you should be able to measure what you are doing, right, to be able to manage it. If it doesn't give you at least a 20% return, then it is not a good strategy. This is by me. So if your strategy, your marketing strategy, does not give you at least a minimum of 20%, okay, you are checking your conversion rate, you are checking your rate of engagement, you are checking your selling out rate, it should be a minimum of 20% of all that you are doing, of the people who have interacted with your audience, with your material. It should be at least a 20% conversion rate. If it is not up to 20%, or it is very low, then you need to upscale that, right? Then the magic is, when you move your 20% to 4, when you get to 20%, you can now say, okay, I've gotten it right. I can move to 40. I can move to 80. And remember that the more you are moving your 20%, the more your market coverage, your market reach is expanding. So this on the right, on the left side of my screen, on the right side of your screen, this represents your market. This represents your conversion. So the more you expand your reach, because you have gotten your 20% right, the more you expand your 20%, the more your reach also expands, which means more money, which means more impact, which means people can come to you and say, oh, you have 50,000 followers. Can you market my product? Then you charge your fee, right? So there is a whole lot. Cristiano Ronaldo is the highest paid the social media influencer today. I don't know whether he's still there, but I know at some point he was the highest paid influencer because of the level of audience he has. This guy is making money from football. He's making money from digital economy. So if you want, you would get it right in marketing. It's really going to take you beyond your product, beyond your company that you're trying to market. It's really going to take you, far beyond what you can never imagine. I don't know what all of us remember that stunt that happened where Cristiano Ronaldo removed Coca-Cola from his desk and placed a bottle of water. That singular act caused Coca-Cola to lose a number of shares within a couple of hours. In fact, within a couple of minutes, they lost shares, they lost profits, they lost branding. Their branding was almost struggling, right, because of that singular act. So imagine what happens if your marketing, right, if your marketing plan is not right. It is going to be a challenge. So in the next quarter, we have reviewed your last quarter. In the next quarter, here are a few things you can do. We are going to rush it. A few things you can do to make sure that your marketing is correct, that you have a marketing plan, right? You have a marketing plan. So your marketing plan is part of your marketing strategy. That's what drives your brand message. That's what drives your value proposition. So if you have a marketing plan, it will be easy for you, right, to be able to market your product efficiently. The first thing is have a clear vision. Have a clear vision. So your vision must be clear. Where are you going to? What are you building essentially? Right? I told my team we are going to become the foremost consulting company in Africa. That is what I'm building. So today I need to think like somebody who owns a consulting firm, not like somebody who is running a training program. So your vision aligns your strategy and makes you think ahead and operate ahead of the trend. And that is what helps a lot of people who are milking billions out of marketing, because they are not marketing like the small guys, right? They are marketing like the big shots, and they are getting big shot results, right? Remember that the digital economy is boundless, is boundaryless, is limitless, right? So it is important that you have a clear vision, right? It builds trust, it commands influence, it commands authority, it helps you influence. It segments your market, right? It helps you um, drive whatever you want to market. And people buy you, right? Essentially you before they buy your product. Okay, I have 10 minutes, so we need to rush this. And have an audacious goal. So a vision is the entire picture. A goal is what you want to do in the moment. So your mission. So use the SMART strategy. You can research this after now. Break your goals into smaller, manageable units. Set daily, weekly, and monthly targets. So it's very important that you have a goal that puts you on your toes, right? And that is why setting daily, weekly, and monthly targets are really very important, right? So you cannot achieve success if you don't drive yourself. No matter the kind of marketing you put out there, if you're not driving yourself effectively, it won't make any mark, right? So selling and marketing is target very, very much target driven. Have a people strategy. Don't make your marketing salesy. So you just want to sell, you just want money, you just want to cash out, and then you're not paying attention to people who you are selling to. You are not paying attention to their pain points. So having a people strategy allows you to build a team even out of your market. There are a lot of people who are selling, marketing effectively, even start using their audience. They create affiliate programs. Their audience, their buyers become essentially a sales team for them. And that is an essential marketing strategy. So selling is a team sport. I have a saying that has helped me over the years. It says selling is a team sport, and successful selling requires the entire village. So you need the entire village to sell effectively. Get your lowest people involved first. All those people you think that they don't make sense. People who are liking your comment without buying from you, who are commenting, who are liking, reacting to your post without buying from you. Those are the people who will make you the millions. So pay attention to them. People who are not buying from you yet, what attention are you giving to them? People who are not responding to your emails, what attention are you giving to them? Create a simple communication strategy, right? So it's very important that you note some of these things. Also, set dead timelines and deadlines. Know when you want to begin, know when you want to stop, know when you should be selling out, know when you should be closing on a strategy, know when a strategy has timed out, right? So that you don't keep repeating something that has become annoying to your audience, right? So know when a strategy or a content or a marketing material has timed out, and then put an end to it. And also when you are marketing in your emails, you need to communicate with timelines. It creates or it creates urgency. And then the last, not the least, make sure that all your marketing in the next quarter has call to action, has CTAs. So don't leave your audience wondering, okay, what am I to do next? What are the next steps? Where am I going to? What am I clicking? What am I doing? Right? And ensure that every of your marketing stints gathers the most valued marketing assets today are phone numbers and email addresses. To ensure that all your marketing skills are, even if you're not making sales, you are collecting data, you are collecting phone numbers, you are collecting email addresses. That brings us to the end of the session. Thank you so much, Samson and Passe Marketing, for having me on this call. And if you have any questions, I believe we'll have a session for that. Thank you and enjoy your weekend. All right.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. I really enjoyed myself. And before we go back, I want us to like do something. If you have any question, you can drop your question while I share the question with him to answer it for us. You can drop your question on the chat. Drop your question on the chat so we can bring it on board. But before then, I want to say a very wonderful thank you to you. I was expecting to like see you discuss more on the data part where you was like swinging data marketing and sales together. Maybe they don't tell you say guy give us all the sales tips, we need to sell everything. Yeah, although we actually bring in a salesman that has a lot of experience in marketing so that he can really junk it around, so that with this quarter, the next quarter, what we actually want you to do is to tell us I made 10,000 sales, and thanks to, when I mean 10,000 I mean in dollars, And thanks to the webinar we had with Dr. Ifan, he actually gave you a go-to strategy, a step-by-step guide that you can use for your next quarter, which I jot down on my notes and I'm going to implement in per se too. So one of the things is have a clear goal. One of the things I understand in marketing before, we're actually waiting for your questions so we can bring it up here. One thing I understand in marketing is that why I was a marketer, I usually tell myself my boss will give us one unrealistic target. Feel what kind of target is this? Target is not good. Target is why I actually do not like marketing. Then crazy yeah am I setting targets for people because you now get to understand that target is actually what will wake you up in the morning and put you at the right point and say, okay, let's go and do this. Okay, we are waiting for your question. Thank you, Dr. Ifan, also for clearing that part that you have to set targets. Have a clear goal of what you want to do, then set targets towards it. Make sure it's realistic and make it smart. Waiting for your question. Okay, before then, Pastor actually has an offer for you. Okay, we have a content strategy offer. We have a content strategy offer for you if you want to jump into it. Is actually it's a 3 month content strategy which is supposed to be around 150,000 naira, but we are giving it out for 50,000 naira. The 3 month content strategy plan will guide you all through the next quarter and see how far you can go and make sure you deliver the best results of it. So we have that in our so it only lasts from now till next weekend. From now to next week. After next weekend, you go back to the normal price of 150,000 naira. So you can either reach out to us on any of our social media platform or you drop a message here, someone will actually attend to you. Reach out to us on LinkedIn, on Facebook, on Instagram. We will be there to answer you, or reach out to any of our staff, either to me or to Peter, my boss, anybody will actually get back to you. Okay, Dr. Hind, actually think my question is how well, let me show it here. Let me show it here. So fine, here's a question for you. How well does urgency helps achieve your marketing goal? Dr. Ifan, are you here?
Yeah, yeah, awesome. So I was I was expecting that. Thank you, Yinda Mola, for that question. So like I shared, the first thing that came up in my screen was that we live in a fast-paced environment, right? So, and I shared a bit of stats around how um, how you can be getting 3 um, 34 million, 3.4 million emails, right, per second. So if you don't have that strategy of um, timing out your urgency, your marketing, right? Having to know that you need to be fast, right, in marketing. Then some other person will take that audience from you, will take that sales from you, right? So um, if you are going to put up a marketing material, for instance, you should have a timeline saying, okay, this is how long this material is going to play for. This is how long this video is going to play for. Then I'm taking it down. I'm putting up something else. You know why? Because people get tired easily of seeing the same thing for a long period of time. So if you are going to be able to attract different categories of your market audience. So you need to be putting out different kind of lead magnets, marketing materials at different intervals, right? Because you have different people with different ideology, you know, different different character traits, different psychology. So it speaks to different people at different times. For instance, a lot of global industries use different marketing skill, different marketing content. Like Unilever will not use what they are using in Africa in the USA. They will not use what they are using in USA, in India, or in Canada. So they are identifying that their market needs something different. So that's about urgency. Also, urgency in communicating, right? Communicating that thing you are selling. So you are trying to market. So you have you have a material, a product selling out for 20,000 naira. So when you say the price goes up in 5 days, in 5 working days, it shows the person looking at it that okay, if I don't take this opportunity now, I'm going to pay more in the next 5 days. So why not pay now? Right? So if you are saying, okay, I have a free bonus, and the free bonus will be exhausted in 24 hours. If you don't jump in, you won't get it. Then they know that if they don't jump in now, they won't get that free bonus. If you are saying that um that I have there's a wait list, and the wait list stays open in the next 24 hours and it closes. So people are going to jump in, right? So there is a marketing strategy like that that shows you urgency, and it allows you to make a whole lot of mark while marketing, right? So a lot of marketing gurus use it. Check your emails, you will always see somebody trying to make you take that decision urgently, because the next minute something is taking your attention away from that. All right, thank you.
Okay, here is another question for you, sir. We still need you. You say, concerning the 80-20 principles, it's actually from Damilola. What strategy should take 80% of your attention?
Fantastic. So what strategy should take 80% of your attention? So 80% of your attention should go to the crowd. It should go to the highest. When as a salesperson, when you have a market, that market represents your 100%, right? So the percentage of people who you have converted in that market is your 100% against what you have converted. So I have a market, and a market of 100 people, and I've only converted 10 of those people. It means I've only converted 10% of that market. So the remaining 80 is people who are untouched, right? Right. So for instance, if you put out a content, people who react to that content will become your entire audience, right? People who go ahead to comment on the content will become another segment, right? People who now buy from you as a result of that content become your conversion. So now you do not throw away those people who are just reacting, because they are now on your list, on your purchase list. They are now on your wait list, right? For instance. So you will need to now pay attention on putting out the right message, right? Um, Pay attention on the marketing materials, how that will attract that audience. First of all, you also sit down to analyze that audience. Who are they? Are they nursing mothers? Are they students? Are they employed people? Are they entrepreneurs? Are they startup owners? Are they tech enthusiasts? Are they, know who they are, and then you can now know the best marketing strategy that will fit into that audience, right? So um it should allow you, right, to the 80% should allow you the time. The 20% should allow you the time to focus more on your 80%. Thank you.
Okay, sure you get that. If there's any other question, we have just 8 minutes to round this up. So you can drop your question, or we just call it a day and say a very big thank you to Dr. Ifine. You can drop your message for him, for not tell him anything, make him understand. Okay, I think there's a chat here. Let me check. Let me check. Let me check. Okay. Brilliant presentation, Madam. How important is website to build a robust? A robust what? I think this question is not complete. Or Dr. Ifine, do you understand?
So okay, I was muted. So the question is around building a robust marketing strategy. I think that how website helps you in building a robust. So website is really essential in our work in the marketing industry today, because you should be searchable, you should be reachable, right? And one other outstanding thing a website does for you is allows people to rate your services. And rating is is fact is in the 20% of marketing strategies. So when you have people who have positive ratings about your product, it means that, man, you are in the right building in the right direction, and you can sell the rating, you can market the rating, right? So it's very important It keeps you on the global stage. It keeps you on, gives you a global, gives you a global leverage, right? So you are not just attending to your local environment. You can have people reaching out to you from all over the continent, all over the world, because you become searchable. So a website is really important. So it also summarizes your CTAs, so people can know where to find you when they need you. They can know where to get your contact. They can know where to email you, all in one box. And it's also easy. You have you have a domain name that that can stick. Okay, people can remember, easily recall what your domain name is, so they can easily type and reach out to you when they need you. So it is really very essential. But there are other avenues that can also serve as a website if you don't have it. Your WhatsApp, business WhatsApp can serve as a mini website. Your landing pages, right? There are a lot of things you can do to really um take care of that. But a website is really very essential. If you have the capacity, go for it.
Okay, to actually add to what Dr. Ifeanyi have said to answer your question, a website is very important. A website is the only thing that can carry everything about you. Social media might not be able to do that. Like again, one thing you need to know is that your website is your end media. Your social media is like a borrowed land. You can be kicked out tomorrow. Somebody can block you. The owner of the platform might seize you out of your social media platform, but nobody can seize you out from your website. Your website is yours. So wherever you get on your website, you can easily track it down. Okay, this is like the last question we'll be taking, and it's how important is the website to building a robust sales strategy for big ticket assets, real estate, precious metals, and commodities in the early stage of an entrepreneurial journey. Okay, let me leave this for you, sir.
Okay, thank you. So I'm going to be taking taking my video off for now. So how important is a website? Is a website to building a robust sales strategy for big ticket assets, real estate, precious metals, and commodities in the early stages of entrepreneurial journey. So understand very well that a website is only an aspect of your marketing strategy, right? It only makes up a percentage of your strategy. So a lot of people have made millions. When I say millions, and even billions without owning a website, right? So what you need is positioning. If you are starting, you need positioning, right? You need leverage. You need to network, right? So we can have you communicate or connect with per se, and then if you need me to work on the project with you, we can work on that, and if per se um, can be the one handling it. But we need to sit down and speak to a whole lot of things around what you are building and around how to. So if you build a website, it can be dormant if you do not have traction, if you do not have leverage, right? Leverage in terms of how visible are you, right? How visible is your business? How are you going to ensure that that website have traction, right? So a website would only make sense if people are going to that website. So if you build a website and nobody is going to the website, it becomes useless. It means you are spending money, right? So it's the audience that you are focusing on, right? That makes that makes that website important. That makes that website usable. So before you start talking about whether it is going to be good for you in your business, we need to know: do you have the audience? Do you have the platforms? Do you have the right strategy? Do you have the right network? Are you connected with the right people? Right. So there are a whole lot. There is influencer marketing. There is positioning yourself out there. There is building a robust brand on the internet and all of that. And then you can now say, okay, I'm sending my website out. People already know me. Remember, people don't click on links they don't trust. So you have to be trusted, and which is why Passe is doing this today. You have to be trusted for people to say, I'm clicking on your link, I want to go and see. A lot of people have been duped, have been maimed because of that. So website important, fantastic, but it's only a percentage of your business strategy in terms of marketing. All right. Thank you. You are muted. Can't hear you.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Ifine. Before we call it today, I want to like share something. First of all, you need to ask yourself, why do you need a website? You need to solve that problem. When you solve that problem of why I need a website and who I want to reach with a website, I think you can easily solve this problem. And if you think it's something we can discuss, you can reach out to us. So we have a one-on-one discussion. So we'll clear that off on the table before maybe you go ahead and set up a website. And if you have a website already, we can also still give you an idea on how you can leverage the website to sell your product or to promote your business. So that is to answer that. But know the why you need a website. Don't just website is not an asset for you to just jump on at the very beginning of your business, except you really know that this is what I need to have all these things. My social media cannot contain this information. I need to put it on the website and I need to drag people there. So that is when I can say yes, go for that website. So thank you very much for joining us, and we'll be calling it today now. Thank you. We'll see you next month, and you can follow us on all our social media platforms so you won't miss on our next webinar, which I think in the month of April we're talking about building a successful business in Africa, and we have one of the best and one of the finest speaker for you. So stay with us and invite others, share the link when we post it so that you can enjoy and learn from other people questions too like this. One of the things we enjoy in webinar is the question time. We learn from the question and we implement immediately. The question, the speaker might not touch what you want to hear, but the questions people ask, we expand what you learn from the webinar. Thank you very much and have a wonderful day. Dr. Ifine, thank you very, very much, and we hope to see you again another time, maybe in this year or next year, to talk to us again on another topic. Thank you for accepting us and thank you for honoring our invitation. Have a wonderful day and bye bye.
Yeah. Thank you. Bye. Bye,
Bye.
everyone. Mhm.